It is about 8:30 in the morning and we are starting off with a bare face today because I'm going to go ahead and test out the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Powder Foundation. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to just kind of do my quick skin prep routine and use a primer. I know that some people choose to just do the foundation test on their own. However, I do want to do it the way I would normally do my makeup for everyday use. Oh, thank you, baby. So, with that, let's just go ahead and apply the foundation. I'm going to start off with my Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour. It's an auto replenishing hydrator. By the way, keep in mind that my skin does run dry. Because I was sick a couple of weeks ago, I am still trying to kind of get my skin back to more of a normal, to more, you know, of the normal sense. Whenever anything like happens, my skin just immediately dries out, whether it's a sunburn or sick or just the winter cold. But my skin is finally getting back to more of a normal place, finally, so it's a nice relief. Next I'm going to go in with my Olay Active Hydrating Moisturizer. And just put that all over my face. I am almost out, so I'm going to have to get more, but that might be a little much, but just dab that all over my face. Got my mirror in the side here, so if I'm looking to the side, that's why. Go ahead and do that. And then so once that is done, I'm actually going to go ahead, this is newer to my collection, but I have been loving this. It's the Bare Minerals Foundation Primer. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it's just the original foundation primer, and I have seriously been like in love with this stuff. So we're just going to use this underneath this. I know this has been working well for my other foundations, so and then you just need a little bit. It is more watery, but I'm just going to go ahead. I typically like to do about half of my face first, and then go in and just do the other half, just because it is such a liquidy formula. I don't want to like spread it all over my hands and just get it everywhere, so I just find that this just works best for this particular primer, but it's amazing. Just rub that into my face, let that sit down just for a minute. Yeah, see. Alright, so quick skin before the foundation. I don't know how well it's going to show up. The lighting's, it's pretty bad in the mornings. I use natural lighting, so see how that works. And next we're going to use this. I am in the shade 30NN. It is the same shade I have in the original Stay Naked, the liquid foundation. It comes with this, which is great for pressing it into the skin. I did try this out like twice before, just so I can get a feel for the application. I hate to go on camera and just immediately go in with like that, just because it never works out. I'm more of a prepper, but this is my third time using it, and I have not used it with that primer yet, so we are still very much on first impressions on this eyeshadow primer. I just had to figure out the best way to put it on my face. So I'm going to take my brush, it's just a polished cheek brush, take it, and then I'm going to just powder it into my skin. For more full coverage, you can go ahead and use this or even the Beauty Blender, but we're going to go ahead and just put that all over the face. And I'm actually surprised I haven't used a powder foundation in a long time. I think it's been since like high school, college, so it'll be nice to be able to test out and try and see if I even like powder foundations anymore. I used to be very light coverage on my foundation. I never used to do anything more than like the bare minimum, and now that I've just gotten, you know, I've became a wife, I became a mother, I'm wanting a little something more full coverage, but I still like to keep it more on the natural side. I like a solid medium coverage, but this can be easily built up to full coverage. And I'll go ahead and just use my beauty blender real quick, just to kind of show you guys, kind of pressing it into the skin. But really, it goes on beautifully. Like this, seriously, it's. Sorry guys, my lighting is not perfect right now. Let's try that angle. But by the time I do my check-ins today, I promise it'll be a lot better. So, I just realized I forgot to put on my concealer first. Oh well, we'll work around it. But yeah, I've been trying to put on the concealer first just because it is wiser to put a cream under a powder. However, I just forgot to do that, so we're just gonna make it work. I think I'll actually just skip concealer altogether today and just get some extra coverage under my eyes where I want concealer. Just to test that out for you guys, get some around my nose. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. Let's go ahead and see if I can get some kind of lighting here, just to kind of show you where I'm at. By the time I do my check-ins throughout the day, the lighting will be better. It's just the angle of the morning. So anyway, we'll do the rest of my makeup. I will check in with you throughout the day. Alright, so I know that the lighting's off, but it's been about an hour. I'm all ready to go. Here's what it looks like with my blush, highlighter, bronzer. Just a quick overview of the products I did use on my face. I used the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer with the Milani Flower, I think it's called the Flower Pot blush. I have mine in the shade Blossomtime Rose. And then I used the Natasha Denona Diamond Glow. I did use a combination of both of these. So they're all powder products, so we're just going to test and see. And I will check back in with you. So far, I'm liking the coverage. I think it's, it's not overdone, but it does do what I need it to do, and I am doing pretty well without needing concealer, which is nice. Benefits to getting a little bit of a lighter shade are that, because I definitely need concealer. I've got tired mom eyes, as I like to say. But overall, it glides on smoothly, it goes on smoothly, it looks very beautiful on the skin. I did moisturize well. I know that when I tried it with my skin really dry, it did crack throughout the day, but now that my skin is back to more of a normal range, hopefully it'll work a little bit better. So it is currently 2 o'clock. It's been about 5.5 hours since I have put on this foundation, and I'll go ahead and show you how it's looking. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some creasing around my nose area. And around here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not. It has pretty much completely come off my nose. However, like the cheek area is doing good. Like I know I typically will get a lot of rubbing off around here with any kind of foundation, so I am pretty impressed with that. The forehead's looking good. It's staying very well. I know when I first tried it, especially with my skin was really dry, which quite honestly, no foundation was working. I did get a lot of creasing, and it did come off, and it did get a lot of cakiness, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that it really wasn't that bad today. However, I normally would not get creasing with some of my other more reliable foundations, like right here. Under the eyes, it seems to be, it's actually staying pretty smoothly. Honestly, this is one of those foundations where, based off of my impressions today, I feel like I could get by without wearing concealer, and quite honestly, I'm one of those people who really feels like I need kind of like under eye concealer and brightening concealer, and I have nothing on aside from my primer and my skincare underneath this foundation. So, and it's, my blush, bronzer, highlighter is all staying well. So overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with the way this is staying. But keep in mind that if your skin runs super dry, the foundation may not be for you. I did buy the foundation expecting it to maybe not work as well as some of my other foundations, because I do have my skin does run more drier, normal to dry on a good day, normal on a bad day dry. So Just make sure you prep your skin well. But I will go ahead and do another check-in probably at the end of the day. Alright, so it is almost 5:30. My foundation's been on for about 8 hours. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick little face watch for you. Lighting's not the greatest. I'm kind of have you up against my headlight or my ceiling light. But overall, I mean, I don't think this is a bad foundation. You got to make sure you definitely moisturize well. Make sure it's one of those foundations where it's like you kind of want to make sure you're having a good skin day, especially if you have dry skin. But if if you do have dry skin and it just doesn't go away, I would not recommend this foundation. However, if you do have days where your skin is more normal or even oily, I think that you would really like this foundation. I do have some creasing here around the nose. Overall, the color match stayed pretty well all day. It didn't oxidize on me at all. It looks pretty flawless for the most part. So I mean, I'm loving this. Liking the finish of it. And where the creasing is typically is not a dry spot for me anyway. So that must just be just my face. But yeah, definitely if you have, I feel like the shade, if you do have the Stay Naked liquid foundation, you'll probably, and you want to try the powder foundation, the shade match I think is very similar, so I don't think you'll have a problem with that. It does seem like it's a little bit more fair, but not to a point to where it's like going to be a weird color match. Anyway, with that, I hope that you like this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I do videos focusing on beauty, lifestyle, fashion, and motherhood. And I will see you in the next video. God bless and bye, guys.